All right, so here we have a gutter that's been leaking. As you can see, there's water that's basically collected in the corner area, and it's dry up there. It's dry up there, just about, and the pipe that it needs to get to is all the way at the back there. So if I just unclip this, you'll see how full of water it is. Okay, it's been leaking, and the reason for that is this fascia has dropped down. As you can probably see, it's at a bit of an angle. It's almost flush with the tiles here because it's coming away. The wood fascia behind it is rotted, and the capping is obviously attached to that, so the whole thing's dropped down, gutter's leaking. So what we're going to do here is take all that off and replace it with a full fascia replacement, which is thicker than the capping option. Capping is a thin plastic, full replacement is a thicker, to sort of take into account the timber, the original timber that was there. So that's what we're going to be doing today, just at the front and the side. I actually did the back of this property a few years ago because that was a problem. Now the rest of it's an issue. So there you go. If you've got a problem like this, it's probably best to just do the whole lot, because it's going to be a problem. The rest of it will be a problem at some point in the future, as this one has. All right, I'll crack on and take this off. All right, so that's the first lot of capping off, and you can see the wood is not in particularly great condition. It's this bit here which is loose. The fixings are basically probably rusted away. This is the original wooden fascia board for the property, which originally obviously, oh, look at that. So yeah, and then the capping board, the white capping board, which I've now removed from this, would have been obviously put over the top of it. If you've got rotten timber like that as a fascia, do not use capping. It needs to be a full replacement PVC fascia board, or timber and repainted. Obviously you could do if you wanted to, but you know, this is the state of it. It's, if I give that a yank, it's probably the whole thing. Oh, it just snapped. Okay, so you can see it needs to come off. Had its day, isn't it? All right, so now I've taken all of the wooden fascia off. What we're doing now is getting ready to fit a full replacement fascia board, which is PVC 16mm. You can get 16mm, 18mm, different manufacturers have different thicknesses, but it's basically you know, a substitute for timber, which obviously isn't going to rot. So I've put a screwed a batten into the rafters here, just for the purpose of supporting my new fascia, and then I've marked, it goes to the very end where it will be fixed. I've marked into the end of this rafter here in the middle. This section, put an X there, is going to get cut off, and the new length will be butted up to this. And then I've basically drawn a line on each rafter with my roofing square, or a saw, any kind of 90-degree angle. So that's basically where your fixings are going to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the end section, and I'm going to use this to work out the height on these lines where my fixings are going to go. I'll show you that in a sec. Alright, so I've got my offcut of this piece, which I don't need, and then I basically use this. If you put it in position, pinning the soffit as it would do, like that, and then you can mark on here. Obviously you want the fixings to go into the rafter end, so you could put a mark, say here and here. I always put 2 fixings here and here, judge where it's going to go, check it in a few spots, down the roof to make sure, you know, it's going to be fine for the whole run. You know, it looks good to me. And then you can use the distances on your offcut to get your pins ready in the fascia for fixing. And I'll put the pins in now. All right, and here we are. So that's new fascia fitted. I had to remove the end hit tiles, obviously, to get the fascia in, and obviously that's bedded back on. Well, I've done the first three. I mean, the rest of them are actually pre-shot as well, to be fair. I have pointed that out to the customer, and I'm going to price to sort that out for him as well. So yeah, I have done another video on this, which probably goes into a little bit more detail. I'll pin that up in this video to direct you to that if you want to look at a bit more in depth, possibly. But there you go, rotten fascia replaced. Job's a good one.